Well, that tickled a little bit, put a really deep gouge into my hand. I need to go sew myself back together. Right guys, welcome back to Barovia Made. Today we are carrying on with our desk build and we are focusing on the legs. So we're going to get them cut, squared up and everything, get them out of the way, and then we are going to have a little think about the drawers and what we're going to do with them. So let's get straight into it. Right, so I've set my little jug up here. I've set this to about like 5 or so degrees, just a very slight tilt, because I want these legs to not sit straight like that, but to be like slightly bending outwards. I'm just going to use the flat side of this, not the tapered side, to line everything up, cut the top off, and then we're going to measure down and do the same for the bottom, so obviously it sits right. So just line this up, we'll take a cut. All right, everything's cut now. What we need to do now is get rid of all these imperfections, because this wood used to be a workshop desk that I salvaged out of someone's workshop, and they were getting rid of it. So what I need to do is take my little plug cutters, drill and screw and plug all of these holes. This one is going to be a bit difficult. Hopefully I got a plug cutter that cuts a big enough plug for that. But yeah, we'll crack on with that now. Right, so we got all these plugs cut. If you want to know how I cut them, these plug cutters are in the description below. They work amazingly. You just put them down like this, obviously drill, and then you chip these out with a chisel, or you cut it and yeah, whatever. But usually I have problems aligning the grain with these sorts of things. So on every single one, I've scored a line to show which way the grain runs. So hopefully I don't mess up the grain direction this time. That's usually what I do. But right now, we're going to get our undersized drill bit. We're going to drill these holes and wiggle them around until they only just fit in there, and then send them home, tapping them in with a hammer. So we got these two here that we need to fill, and there's other holes everywhere else as well, but I'll just show you these two and I'll do the other ones off camera because it's quite repetitive. But we just go in like this. There we go, that fits in there now. Blow any dust that's in there out. Wait for the glue to dribble down. I've also got one of these bottles down in the description, but you can get them anywhere really. I got this one, I think, from oh no, I bought this one from Amazon, but they do coloured ones in like Poundland and stuff, so just shop around, see if you can get them. It's a lot better buying your glue in bulk and then putting them in little bottles like that. I need to make myself a mallet, because these steel hammers are quite violent with it. Let's chisel it off. Oh no. I should have cut that because it's dropped below the line now. So I'm just going to have to draw that out and start again. Right, that snapped, but luckily it snapped above where we need it to be. Right, then after we've done that, we take our chisel and we cut them flush. Right, those legs are done now, but I wanted to add some extra rigidity to the legs and make them more one piece. Plus, the bit of steel I bought to make some C channels in is fairly thin, and I didn't realize that it's only 2.5 millimeters. So I thought adding this to the legs is going to help the table stay straight for longer, and it's also going to make the legs a bit more stiff. The only issue is though, is it's not flat, so we need to flatten it. So I need to hot glue this down to a straight edge, run it through my surface planer on both sides to make sure it's all flat. If you're wondering where all these holes and stuff have came from, this came from the underside of the desk that I took apart. This was to keep the table straight, and this is the same wood that I've been taking off everything else. So Thankfully, someone's already drilled all the holes out for us to put our threaded inserts and stuff in. So thanks to whoever built that table. So let's get this hot glued down. Let's run it through the surface planer, and I'll be back with you in a second to straighten all this up and attach it to the legs. My mic has died again. I think I need to buy a new microphone because it just keeps dying all the time. But I'm going to use a router to take out the majority of the material in here. And a good way to set your router that I learned from a channel called Four Eyes Furniture is find something that is the depth you want to cut. I know this is 2.5 millimeters thick. So what you want to do is quickly bottom this out so that is flat with the plate down here. You want to take this little thing here, use this. I've already set the depth, so I'm not going to mess with it. But you put that there, you drop this down to here, so you got that gap there. And then when you unclick it and then set the depth, you know it's now sticking out 2.5 millimeters. So good little router trick there for anyone that needs to set a router depth quick and easily. But yeah, we'll get in and we'll start cutting out the bulk of this material. We got in these chiseled out. It fits in nicely. I've measured, it's bang on. And I also did the same thing for the top here with this to fit in to there. So all that's done. One mistake that I don't know if you can see, I accidentally did it on the wrong side, so I had to inlay a little something in there. So now we're just going to glue it all up, clamp it all together. I don't know whether to use some pocket hole screws or not. I'm just going to glue it up for now, and if I feel the need to put some screws in later, I'll do it while it's all glued up and stuff. But we're going to go ahead and get along with the glue up. I just remembered though I've got to get all my clamps ready. All right, clamps are all set and ready to go. Let's take this off. All right, put these on either side. Clean up the excess. Make sure that everything's touching right. I don't want to glue these on at the wrong angle and have to cut them back off and start all over again. I have a habit of using too much glue. I should stop that because I don't have anything in my bank account. So my bank account would much appreciate it if I didn't use so much glue all the time. So I stopped buying glue all the time. Right. Let's go flip it over, make sure it's all bottomed out. Everything's glued right. Yeah, that side's perfect. What about you? Yep. That side's good as well. All right. Flip this back over. Glue the top piece on. You know what? I am going to use screws to put these in. I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to wait till everything sets up. But I think just to have that extra bit of security would be good. Especially because this table is massive. Well, it's not massive, considering that other people build ridiculous sized desks. But it's big by my standards and it's really heavy. So I want to make sure it doesn't fall apart on me. You grab me rag, but have I got one over here? No, I haven't got a rag over here. Right, I'm gonna have to climb round and grab the t-shirt that I dropped. I need a bigger workshop. This is ridiculous. Oh, great, and there goes my mic. Clip you back on. There we go. It's a little measure to make sure everything's good before it sets up. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Yep. Oh, bloody hell. Oh. Yeah, she's good. Oh, bloody hell. My back is broken. I need to move you out the way because I need my table saw to do something else. So, we're back with you in a minute. Right, so you just watched me cut all these up in the time lapse. These are going to be the drawer fronts. I didn't quite have enough, so I filled up the space with this wood. So I think it'll look quite cool. But this is all getting dyed anyway, so I'm not even sure if you'll be able to tell these bits of wood are even here. But let's quit talking and let's go to glue up. Right, so that's all glued up and drying now. I was a little bit worried it would buckle on me, but it hasn't buckled at all. I haven't had to clamp it that hard. Everything's nice and seamless. But one thing to always do with your glue ups, always check, because I put all of these down flat, and I'm pretty sure you would have saw in the time lapse me using a hammer. Well, that's because this here popped up slightly, and these are already quite close to tolerance. I want them to 15 mil, and they're about 5 mil, and I've still got a plane both the back and the side, so I haven't got much wiggle room. So I had to hit that back down, but yeah, everything's all clamped up now. I guess we'll just have to wait until tomorrow. Right, so unfortunately that's the end of this video. I've taken all this out the clamps. I got me planer out to sharpen the blades, to run them through, get them all nice and smooth. And as I was sharpening the blades, I had a little accident. So, you know, it's not stopping bleeding, so I'm going to have to go in, fix myself up properly and not move it around, because I've cut it in a very delicate area where it opens and closes all the time. So I'm going to have to leave it there. Sorry, a bit of a boring episode, but, you know, got to do something about this. So be very careful when sharpening your blades and doing stuff. This happened because I was holding the top of the blades like this while unscrewing this part here, and I had to really push in to get the what do you call it, the crosshead to engage with the screw, and it slipped on me and put a really deep gouge into my hand. So sorry about that, but it's the end of this video. So I'll see you in the next one, hopefully without any incident or injury. So thanks for sticking around, subscribe, I'll see you a lot later.